Monday, October the 13th. We're midway through October, and if you're not gearing up for the end of the year, you better get started because it's going to be here before you know it. And if you don't do your prep work, 2016, wow, I'm going back 10 years. 2026 is going to start off awfully weak if you don't do the prep work now to get it going. So in doing so, I thought it was really important that we cover some different areas of marketing. Last week we talked about Facebook ads. Today we're going to talk about Canva. Yvonne was gracious enough to come on in today and share some things about Canva, because Canva is like the #1 tool for generating images and videos and things like that, that is either at no cost or very low cost for you to be able to create your marketing pieces that you can share on Facebook, or if you're doing a listing presentation, it's all right here in Canva. So without further ado, Yvonne, go ahead and take it away.
Thank you, Paul. Appreciate it. Good morning, everyone. So I'm going to do whatever it is you guys need. I don't have a presentation prepared, so it's just basically if there's something in Canva that you wanted to learn how to do, and cross fingers, I know how to do it, and I can walk you through it. So does anyone have anything in particular that they, as a matter of fact, while I'm doing that, I'm going to get my Canva on screen. Is there anything that you wanted to do or are having difficulties with? I will absolutely help you with that.
Yeah, I know, Cindy, you had posted a few questions in the DoCrew group. You wanted to see how to set up weekly social media posts in Canva?
Okay, I don't know how to do this. Ooh, okay, share. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not used to Teams, so I'm trying to share the screen. Share window. Share screen. Okay, there we go.
Okay. Yeah. Yep, there we go.
Okay, so Paul, can you see my Canva screen?
I can, yes.
Okay, great, because I can't see you guys. So, okay, so scheduling your posts in Canva. Okay, so essentially, you're going to create anything that you've wanted to create in Canva, and then you have, these are just some of my posts that I've created. So say I wanted to schedule this. Number one, and I forgot to hook up my Facebook to this. You just have to click on the post that you want to schedule, and then you'll go to share. And then if you click down here, there's a button that says schedule. And then there's the calendar. Say I wanted this to be on October 31st. And then put the time in that you wanted to post. Go to next. Channel. And if you wanted to, I have a LinkedIn here. You can actually connect any one of these. Visit your Instagram, your Facebook page, and then and you can write the caption that you want above the post, and then press schedule, and it will post on that day. And that's it.
Can you post to different pages? Like, does it limit you to just one business page? Can you do your personal profile and your business page? Can you do multiple business pages?
No, yeah, you can't do your personal page. It only allows you to have access to your business page.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, it would suck the channel.
That's great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Connecting an account. So if you wanted to connect see, it says Instagram business.
Yeah.
Be sure to authorize all pages you want to use in Canva, including Facebook pages linked to your Instagram. But okay. I am not going to do that right now.
Yeah,
it's been funky. Let's see.
Yeah, it's easy enough. I haven't done it that way, but I probably should.
Okay, and I have to figure out how to reconnect it. So that is how you schedule. All of your, let me go back to your commands and such would be where the share button is. And that's where you would find, let's say that you wanted to, whenever you do this, go to share. So there's buttons up here, and a lot of people don't know what they do, but this is an analytics button. So if you were had done a right here, social media, shared your design to any one of these channels, then you can go ahead and you'll get the analytics. If you created a website on here, you'll be able to get analytics from it as well. And then if you go to share, you'll see down here all of the things you can do, but there's also these 3 dots. So when you click on the 3 dots, you're going to see even more that you can do. Downloads, you can download it to your Dropbox. You can access from Dropbox as well. You can create a PowerPoint, or you can publish it to PowerPoint. You can keep going. You can send it by email, WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger. Then you could even print, and then there's more options as well. I mean, there's just like, it's endless, as Paul said.
Wow.
Here's Maryland Light. This is one of the email platforms that I use for my clients. So there's a lot going on here that you can utilize.
Yeah, so you can the PowerPoint thing. So like if you created a series of images, can you just like put that all directly in the PowerPoint?
Yeah. So using presentation, as a matter of fact, I have presentations that I've already created. So I can show you that. I don't use PowerPoint anymore because it's much more convenient to present a presentation from Canva because it's accessed by the web. So it's right. Let's say this is one of the presentations. This is my sales presentation. If I wanted to have it in PowerPoint instead of Canva, I would go to share, and I would go to see all, and then I could save this presentation as a PowerPoint.
Okay.
So some people like to have the presentation that they've created transformed into a Microsoft PowerPoint, and you can do that just by clicking this button, and then it's going to make it into.
Yeah, so for me, I prefer to be able to export it into a PowerPoint because sometimes, internet drops out. You be in a place trying to present, and you don't have internet access, or, rather than trying to use a hotspot, be able to have it saved and give that presentation.
Absolutely.
That's pretty cool.
But you can create a much better looking presentation in Canva than you could in Microsoft PowerPoint. So you can go ahead and create your beautiful presentation in Canva, but you can export it to Microsoft to have it, like you said, saved onto your computer. Wow. In a PowerPoint format. Not everything is going to translate over perfectly, so you'll have to go in there and tweak it a little bit on the Microsoft side, but it is definitely a better tool than PowerPoint in terms of making.
Yeah. I know. I love Canva, and I think most people that are on here use it and love it as well. I think it's one of the easier platforms to create and design and work with. I just think that we all get limited on what we know about it and its capabilities. So, Cindy had another question. How do you dive into your CRM using uploads, downloads, social media, and Canva? So I don't know if you can answer any of those or just the Canva one, but can we tie this together with our CRM?
Don't know the answer to that because Canva is a graphics program. It is not a CRM. A CRM is obviously a place where you put contacts in a database and such. So they're drastically different. Like an email platform is an email platform, and this is a graphic design program. So it's really, the question is, what is the goal? What is it you're trying to accomplish using Canva that you believe you want to use your CRM with it?
Mass email.
I would think that mass emails, right? All your emails are in your database. You can email from your database, and then to create something and then link it directly to it instead of having to download it and then re-upload it and, having the extra steps. So
No, because so you have to, like, once again, so remember what you're doing in Canva is creating images. You're not creating an email. This is not an email platform. But if you're trying to make newsletters, and I was telling Paul about this the other day. So you have to remember, if you put the word newsletter in here, then it's going to bring, and you want to see templates. So you go to templates, put the word newsletter, category. I don't know if they have a real estate one. Let me take a look. I've never used it for that. Nope. Okay. So we got newsletters right here, but you have to remember, you're creating an image. You're not creating something that's interactable in an email. You're just creating images that you can upload to your email platform as a static image. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cindy, does that answer your question, Cindy?
Yes, because the CRM does have that option inside of it to create a mass email, but the thing that's a little challenging is and I guess that's through the CRM, not through Canva. Just like you said, it's just imaging alone, would be to connect links to it. For example, if you have a picture of a house and you want to put a link to that, just like you said, it's just the image. You really can't do that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like, so in your email platform, like this is mine. Let me just go to campaigns.
Oh, wait,
And
you
here.
can, I'm sorry, you can't, as I understand it, you can put a link in Canva, but just like you said, as you download it, you no longer have that feature.
Correct.
Okay.
So when you're creating a email, you're going to have to make the buttons inside of the email itself in your email platform and put the button there. So in this case, I'm just going to show you, like, let's see, these are ones that I've sent. So this is my email platform. This is MailerLite. So MailerLite, it's just like any other, whether it's MailChimp or whatever. What you're going to do is, I'm just going to copy it, and then I'm going to edit it. So what you're going to do is you're going to be able to add the links in the email. You can't do the links outside of that. I'm going to go to edit. So I'm going to edit this email. Now you can upload the images that you've created for your newsletter in Canva, and you can upload them to your templated email. So you go to edit content, and I find this to be one of the easiest email platforms out there. And MailChimp, they're all the same. So as you can see, all of these here on the left-hand side are the blocks that you're going to drag into when you're creating your email. And say I wanted to have a button here, which I do, click to register. I click on the button, and this is where the URL link goes. And then you want to make sure you click open link in a new tab, and then you save it. So if this was a house picture here, and you wanted, click to learn more about this house, you create a button. You come over here and you find the button, wherever that link is. Mostly it's over here somewhere. Here it is, and you'll pull the button in, and then you'll fill the button in. That's how you add links to an email. Hope that helps. Anybody else have anything that they wanted to learn how to do?
It's your opportunity, guys. Val, go ahead, Val.
I was frustrated, Paul and I, probably a couple of weeks ago. We wanted to create a booklet, and the booklet, but we already had all the words. We already had everything. And the only way I could seem to get it done was to cut and paste. I couldn't upload my document and throw it in one. I had to upload the document and cut and paste it into one of these types of things.
So it was a Word
So it was like
document?
6 pages. Let's just say if we got a 6-page document and I want to make it a pretty booklet. I've got an ugly booklet. I want to make it a pretty booklet. So the only way I could figure it out was to cut and paste every single thing and then do all my fun Canvas stuff with it after I did the cut and paste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could upload, it's a Word doc, right, that you had?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but you could upload it and then have it try AI, but it's going to be crappy because
Yeah.
you really have to
AI.
have you really have to have a design eye in order to know where you want the words to be laid out in retrospect to the pictures,
Right.
right? So it's not going to know where to put anything.
Right.
So yes, cutting and pasting is the way to do it.
Yeah.
But you can create, I don't use Word anymore. I don't use any of that stuff. Everything's in Canva. So here's docs, right?
Mhm.
Sheets, you name it, Excel, it's all in here. So you don't need to be purchasing any of that stuff anymore. It's here. So like you could have created the doc in here by just going into doc. Now AI is integrated in here like ChatGPT. So it's something because everyone know about Magic, right?
Little,
So,
but
Okay.
yeah,
please,
you can
please
touch upon
explore.
it.
So when you click on doc, you're going to see that right here, there's this plus symbol, and you click on that, and it says Magic Write. And so, oh, a scrollable design would be cool. That's brand new. They just keep coming out with things every day. So say you wanted to create the problem with AI is it can't combine. It does, but it does a very poor job of combining text with images. And if you've probably seen anything created with AI, the words are all gobbledygook. They're not real words. Like it'll get the first 3 words right of potato chips, but then the rest of the word is all in so it looks like Greek. So it's not good at recognizing words and making an image from the word. So we're not there yet. But if you wanted to create a social media post, and this is where prompt writing becomes a talent. I don't have it, but it is an actual talent and a job. That's prompt writers, right? Create a social media post for let's say, realtor about the top 5 let's say, and restaurants in College Park, Florida. Helps if I spell Florida. Doesn't really, they don't care, Florida. And then I just press this. The better your prompt, the more information it's going to come out with. Oh, I could
I
put.
see it corrected you too. It offered a correction on the bottom. That's pretty cool.
Yep. And then you could also put in include emojis, which is, it'll know what I mean. And then I press generate. There you go. Now, the only problem is, and this is why I keep telling people, AI is only as good or as up to date as it's up to date, right? So because I live here, I know that Outpost and Rustic are out of business, and they've been closed for more than 2 years.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. I don't even know what Shaker's Cafe is, and I've been living here for 6 years. So the only 2 that are on here that are correct is the top 2. So that's the problem with AI. So yeah. And there is paid for AI, but even then, even the most top of the line pro AI, which is the ChatGPT Pro, is 3 months behind. So that's the most current one you can get, is 3 months behind. This one's well over 2 years behind. But it still made you a nice social media post. And if you say that, oh, I like this, but, so you can put this, but include ice cream. I don't know, we call it an ice cream shop. Generate. Yeah, they included that's the actual name of the place. is the ice cream shop, and that still is in business. So that's a great way to use that. You can also, if you wanted to get rid of that one, you can go back to Magic Write, and you could put in create a so you have a listing for a home, right? You've written out the majority of it. Does anybody have a listing that they want me to bring up?
Cindy's raised her hand. And
Cindy, what's the
Dagmar, you got your hand up. You got a question?
Yeah, I was actually trying something to see, have you tried putting the same prompt into Chat GPT and see what results you get?
No,
What was
because I don't use ChatGPT. I refuse to use it. Sorry.
So if you
as-
put top 5 restaurants in College Park into Chat GPT, I get different responses, and
Correct.
it appears the ones that come through are not out of business.
Correct. Yeah. So every different AI model that you're going to use will have different results. Some will be outdated, some will be not outdated. As a creative person in a marketing business, I don't use ChatGPT because it's kind of makes no sense for me, right? I would be putting myself out of business, put it that way. So I'm just going to be super honest. I can't handle the idea that we're using a robot to write content. So it's something that I just can't get on. But I do use it. I use AI to check grammar because I have professional writers who do this for a living, and I love that they make a living from it. And I pay I pay a lot of money, and I'd rather have that than a robot do it. But I do use the AI to check the grammar and punctuation and tone, which is another thing that it can do for you, is check tone, which is really important in writing. So I won't even allow them to give me anything unless they score a 91 or above. Because there is scoring systems as well that can be used with AI. But for writing, I don't. So in terms of the reason why I was going to Zillow is because I was trying to find an MLS, realtor description of a property. And then you could take that, whatever you were going to write, and then put it into their, here it is, right here. Oh, wow. The one, look at this. This is what the realtor wrote.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, Cindy had her hand. Cindy had a listing I think she wanted to use.
Oh, yeah. That'd be great. What's the address?
Well, I could give you the address, or we could just talk about the area because the area is pretty cool.
Okay.
The other address is just some dumpy little house that is under refurbishment, but it's 2346 Alice, ALICE.
Oh, Alice. Okay. In Houston?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So you go to Zillow on a separate.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have MLS because I'm not a realtor. So.
No, that's okay. You just use it on a separate page.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, Canva is just a graphics design program. So you're gonna go to your list. I punched it in here, and I put it into Magic Write, and then I have to give it a prompt. So I put the prompt before it. So Hasselton Heights. Okay. So if you'd like it to be rewritten for you by AI, you could say write a exciting description of this property and include the local restaurants and schools. see. I don't see what happens.
Did you ask it to make like 5 social media posts about this property?
It would only make words. Yeah, we could do that. So it's not going to make image, doesn't put images with words as far as
Okay.
I'm aware of. So this would be like the caption that you would put above the graphic. So this is broken down into categories: inviting living spaces, outdoor oasis, local amenities and attractions. This is much more comprehensive than what Cindy had put into her description. This may be something that would really help you to have a great property description. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Cool. So you
thank
just,
you.
yeah, so this is, if you had ChatGPT, you could use it the same way, but I would say, you have the tools with Canva, so you can make use of that. And like I
So
said,
can you take this, what you just did, and where it says insert, can you insert it into it like a template?
I just pressed insert and all it does is copy
Okay.
the information and then you can then put it into whatever you'd like.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you go to a
So
template though, will it format it accordingly or?
a template of what?
Well, like this here, you want to create maybe a flyer or, a newsletter about this property and use this text, but put it into one that's already formatted out with, images and stuff already in place where it puts it in and wraps the picture and stuff like that.
I just double clicked on it to see what it'll do.
Yeah,
It didn't
I
do
think
anything.
that's kind of close to the problem we were having, Paul.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we couldn't figure out how to get it into the actual format when we chose a template.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this, all it's gonna do is create a header. Like as I double clicked on it, it'll create a header. But literally, when you click on it, what it did was it went to the, you just cut and paste. There you go.
Yeah.
Copy, Control, Command C, and then you can put it into any design.
But you have to do it like paragraph by paragraph, really.
Well, you have to, okay, it's hard for me to describe this, but, so graphics looks at things as boxes that are empty. And what you're doing is filling boxes.
Yeah.
So like this here, this is a template of, and see how everything's a box? It won't know where to put stuff. So the human needs to show where to go. So here, you could switch out this picture and put the home picture in there, but it's going to ask you so I just cut and pasted it right in. I just pasted it with a command V. So, but once again, graphics is boxes that you're telling the box what to put in the box. It just literally has no idea it doesn't read words. It's like a computer. It's not reading the word and understanding what that means. So that's why we
saying
still need
that really helps me with my content creation, you explaining it in those terms, because I'm trying to ram a square into a circle and
Yeah.
it doesn't work. That's okay,
Yeah.
but it's such a powerful tool. With that understanding, I have a little more compassion for it. So thank you.
It is. It's a great tool. I'm on this thing like 7 hours a day. It's literally, it does everything. Photo
And it's
editing.
it's fun too. I mean, while you're working with it's relatively simple, but it's just like as they keep changing and adding, it's just, where do I find this or that? So I know Dagmara's got her hand up. Dagmara, you got a question?
Hey, Yvonne, if you could kind of go through some of the basics. If you look on the Canvas screen, where's the screen? Sorry, so on the left-hand side where you have options, right? You have elements, you have apps, you have whatever. Just to kind of better understand what you need to use for what, like if you want to Okay, like for apps, right? There's like 9 million different apps of how to have different text. Do I need to go to an app for that, or you know what I mean? Like, kind of some of the basics, if you can cover what.
Sure. So there's so many apps that you could literally just sit here like for a week and go through them all. But if you're on the home page here on the left-hand side, where there's a 3 dots, that's where apps live. And also the content planner lives there as well. And then they have design school. So anything that when you don't have me around, this is where you would go to design school, and it would teach you anything that you wanted to be taught. So that's a great, most people don't know that exists, which is right here under the 3 dots. So the trending apps here are telling you what people are using. You could have a voiceover. It sounds a little bit robotic, but it's actually not so bad. It's getting better every day. You can add a voiceover to your design. I mean, look at this, try new color. You can change the color of a sofa. You can, but these are all apps. Some of the, like I was telling Paul, some of the apps you have to pay for. Some of the apps give you some free use. I mean, there's just forever on the apps here, exploring them all. You just can go on and on and on. But when you basically, and I always tell people, you have to start with goal. What is the goal of what that I'm trying to accomplish? And then you'll find the app that matches the goal, rather than going into apps and trying to figure out what can I do with this app. That's the rabbit hole, right? You got to come here purposefully. And as you know, as a coach, I'm telling people, you have to focus in to come here for a thing, get it done and get out. Otherwise you'll be here for 6 hours and that you get nothing else done for the rest of the day. So I'm going to click on it, my design again. And when you're in designs, that's where the things you were asking me about live. Elements, text, uploads, apps, that's where that lives. So you have to actually be in a design in order to access these things here, to utilize it in the design you've created. So let's say apps right here. There's AI generation, audio and voiceover. Is there anything in particular that you're looking to do with a graphic that you, I can show you an app that would help you to accomplish your goal? Once again, always start with goal.
Brian's got a question.
Yep.
Brian?
Hey, Brian.
Hey, I didn't know if that was specifically for Dagmara, but I do have one actually.
Okay.
Physically here. So I have this from a title company. Let's see if I turn my blur off.
She can't see you on her screen, so.
Yeah, unfortunately. Okay. Oh wait, I can come to it. Okay, I can see you now.
Oh, there we go.
Right.
Okay.
So this is from a title company, and it is a just small sheet, kind of like 3-prong, and I took it so that I can copy and make one with mortgage facts or whatever I choose I want to put on there. Mm-hmm. What would you suggest I use on Canva to make something like this?
Is that like a 3 by what size is that thing?
It's probably the size of an index card, maybe a little bit bigger, but I'd say about an index card size.
Index card size. I would search their templates to see if they have that. Your designs, but in all honesty, remember, it's just a graphics program. So you just have to know the dimensions of the thing you want to make.
Yeah.
And then you can make anything.
It's a trifold, isn't it?
What's that?
Yeah, it looked like a trifold.
It's a trifold, right? So
yeah, you can kind of.
I've definitely made trifolds out there before. So
yeah. Yvonne, I can't see your screen.
Sorry.
Anybody else having trouble seeing her screen?
Yeah,
it's a little blurry.
Wonky.
It's like blurry, like your internet connection might be.
Oh, really?
A little wonky.
Oh, let me take a look here.
Yeah, it was good for a while. Now it's a little wonky, but
yeah.
Ever since I.
Go. We lost her. There you are.
Oh yeah, you're clearer. You're clearer now. we have a black screen right now. So
Oh, God. Okay. Pause for Teams. I don't know what I'm doing. I see. Let me try to share the screen again. Do you see the screen now?
no, maybe stop share and let's see if we all go back to,
Okay.
there we go. Okay, so we're all back on full screen. And then
Screen.
go ahead and share again and choose your screen that you want to share.
Okay.
There you go. Ah, much
Okay.
better.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm not seeing oh sorry, templates, trifolds. Okay, so we got trifolds here just by typing in the word trifold. And then, but it's the size that's the issue. So you can do what's called resize. So these are all trifold layouts. You just have to pick one that you prefer. Let's say it's this one. And then you're going to customize. See, this is 11 by 8.5. So you're going to customize that and you're going to resize it. So just just measure the dimensions of that particular one. And right here under resize, which is right there, you click on that and then put in the size that you want. Let's see, custom size is what I would pick. And then put in the width and the height. What's the width?
I don't have a ruler, but my guess would probably be a 3x5.
Okay, so we're going to do height is 3 and then width is 5. Make sure this says inches instead of millimeters, centimeters.
Yeah, I would think the width is 15. Because it's 3, right?
No, width is
No?
5 inches, height is 3 inches.
Okay, so opened up is 3x5.
Correct.
Okay. Sorry.
Copy and resize. So now it's just doing its thing. And then open the 5x3. There you go. That's the exact dimensions that Brian has in his hand. And now you have to manipulate things around a little bit because it doesn't know what it's doing. There you go. See, like this is all off. So you have to come in and do that. And now Brian can design anything he wants to design right here. You got to move that around. It's a little wonky when you resize things. But you can create now, Brian, anything you want.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Any colors you want, you know how to do that. You just come in here and then change out the colors. And if you want to put in a specific color for your company's branding, you can actually type in the hex color code here. Or you can do I'll put your logo in here, and what'll happen is see all shows all of the colors. And let's say I put in my logo just for the heck of it. So I put my logo in. Now, if I go back and I want to change this color out, I go to color, see all, and then I can see that it could pick up the color from my logo. And then it's the exact correct color blue. There you go. Now, the thing is when you're going to have them printed, you're going to either save this as a PDF, but I'm going to show you the right way to do it. So you're going to download it, and you're going to, a PNG file is a photo file. For some strange reason, a lot of people don't know the difference between a PNG and a PDF. So this is, like it said, it'll tell you, which I love Canva because it tells you. A PNG is for complex images and illustrations. And in a PDF, there's two kinds. There's a standard and there's the PDF print. That's the one you want to do when you're going to send it to a printing company. Okay, so you want to do that one, and you always want to do flatten PDF. So that really makes it just is a great setting for you to be using. And you can see that it's going to be the best for digital use as well. And then you download it and then send it to a printing company to print, or check this out, print the designs with Canva. So it's going to take you through getting it printed with them. So trifold, I don't know what it's doing. Server problem on their end. So you can actually print it through Canva, and they generally send it to the local um, FedEx store or what do you call that place? Office Depot or someplace, so you can go pick it up. So you can get it same day.
Hmm.
Yep, they work with, and it'll tell you when you go to print it, it gives you a choice that you don't have to do it and wait for it to be delivered. It can be done same day.
Wow, I had no idea that they could do that. That's cool.
Oh yeah, and it just asks you for your zip code, and then it'll find the local place that can get it done. And usually their prices are really good, better than if you had done it by sending it directly.
Okay.
So that's how you make that right there.
Let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because those trifolds are great. It's definitely a great marketing piece. But so when you're setting up your account in Canva or using your existing account, um, it I think it automatically picked up my branding colors and stuff. But how do you set up your branding in Canva? Because that's really important. Because I mean, guys, if you're using it, you want to set up your branding so that it automatically knows the right colors that it needs to use. Because being consistent with your branding is super important. So set up your brand. And if you can run us through, that'd be great.
Sure. Right here on the left-hand side, when you're in the main screen of Canva, there is a button that says brand, and right there. So brand kits, brand templates, and brand controls. It's going to walk you through how to do so. So introducing your brand, add new, name the brands. So video. I haven't set up mine yet for my new company. So right there, and then I would drag the logo in. Where's my new, this is my new company here. And okay, so I needed to do this anyway. So there I go. I just added my Video 365 logo, and then it's going to automatically, Paul, pick up the colors.
Hmm.
So now
Oh,
it
that's
knows.
great. Easy
Yeah.
enough.
And then if you have a particular font that you're using with your brand, you can actually just add the fonts right here by selecting the style. Or if you have a font that you've gotten from a graphic designer, you can upload that font because Canva obviously doesn't have every single font in the world. And graphic designers generally tend to create fonts that you can only get from them, which keeps you tied to them, which I don't blame them.
Yeah.
So, but you could upload that font that they send you, and it'll be able to now be in your brand guide. And this is just the different, like some people use a particular font for just their titles. They use a different font for headings and things like that. So that each one of those things can be uploaded. Your brand voice. So this is the guidelines of how to describe your brand voice. Friendly and dependable realtors who work with South Florida, area helping people buy and sell homes, blah, blah, blah. So what it's doing, see right there, it says, for example, our voice is confident, casual, and friendly. Some people might want to say corporate, my voice is corporate and professional and, I don't know, cold. I don't know. But you're giving it a brand voice. It's going to help with the AI when it's writing your copy. And then any photos that go along with your brands. You may have a website that you've developed, and you want to put all of those photos from your website into this folder. Because when you're creating graphics, you want them to match your website, which is something that's very important. When you're making a brand, everything should look the same. So if you're creating a booklet and there's like a branding photo, maybe the one of you and your wife, Paul, that would be where you would put this because that's something that's going to go on all of your branding. For a realtor headshot, that could go right in here. Any graphics, maybe the graphic designer created different graphics for you to use. Maybe it's an overlay. You're going to add that here. Icons, things like that. And then charts. You may have some charts that you want to use. So there's tons of stuff here, as you can see. And then you can go back to your branding kits and then create another. So I've got 2 brands in here right now. I could add my other one as well. So you can just keep adding things like that. And then brand controls as well. Restrict your team. So if you had a team that you were working with, you could restrict them to certain fonts and disable others. Like I never want them to use this particular font. So that would block them out from using that font.
Okay.
Hope that helps.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really good.
Mhm.
Anybody else have any questions, comments?
But that's super good because I used to fret over those brand style guides and oh my gosh, but once you got them right, they were fantastic. But
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
does it in like 10 minutes.
Oh, and it's permanent. Like
Awesome.
so for me, guys, the use of like paper brochures and such. I mean, they're great. Like that little 3x5 is a really cute one. I like that. But for like listing presentations and other presentations, you can going electronic or going digital is the way to go. So like if you the presentation right here is where you're going to make your listing presentations and you make them as a video. And then you record yourself taking them through the listing presentation. So, or through any presentation. Here's a real estate one. I'm just gonna click on this one. How you could find it, it's just right here. Put in real estate listing, right? But if you wanted to make a real estate listing presentation, they're all done for you already, by the way.
Yeah.
They're all here. So you should be making them electronically is what I'm trying to say, and rather than paper. I mean, you can make a paper one from this, but you can send the presentation to your client electronically, which was what a lot of my agents are doing. Prior to the listing presentation, they send them the electronic one, and many times the potential client calls and says, oh, I don't need to even, we can cancel our meeting. I am hiring you right now. Because they see the fact that you're so, using technology. And you actually they can watch the video on a Sunday afternoon and your appointment's not till Tuesday. And then, it's a pain in the neck. They got to meet you. They got to take time out of their day. This way they can look at the presentation on their time when they're in bed, and they can watch it on their television. Right. So this is like, you could do like an introduction to who you are, right? That is very simple right here. I mean, it's already laid out. You just have to go in and, add in the information like your services and such. If you don't want a particular page, you just hover over it, 3 dots, and delete the page. Right. So you don't have to use all the pages that are here. And then once you're done, you can send this to someone, right? And they can access it only, and they do not need to have Canva to open it. It becomes a website. It becomes a URL. So you can send this to your client, and they won't know any different. They'll think it's a website. So you just copy the link. Yep. Allow view access. Yep. So I'm going to allow viewing access only. Copy the link, and then I'm going to send it to them. I could just send it to them by email. I'm just going to send it to myself. Oh, okay, and this is the list to say it's a listing presentation. What I do is I like to do it like this: listing for 123 Main. Not that I'm a realtor, but so then I put the word listing, and I view. Oop, put it here. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then you just go like right here is where you put the link. Add link. Stick it in here, and now all they see is this blue thing. They don't need to see the whole URL. That's not necessary. So we can go into, let me come out of Paul and come into here. And then I can accept. Yeah, I accept it. Okay. And there we go. Okay, so go into my inbox, get mail. Don't know why it didn't come through, but I can go to send anyway. Oh, that's not it. Get mail. It did send, didn't it? Oh, Great. So my email is not working this morning. Fantastic. But if I had, the email would have come through. That word listing is blue. I would have clicked on, the client would have clicked on the word listing, and what they would have seen is this. Oh, pain in my neck. Let me go to Firefox and put it in Firefox. Can't connect to Canva. Okay, there it is. But it wouldn't have opened up in Canva. It would open up as a, oh my goodness, as a URL. Everything you create, even your social media post, the social media post has a URL attached to it. I don't know if you guys know that, but
Yeah.
everything you create is a URL. So only you can access. Like anyone with the link, that's what I wanted to use. Copy the link, and then now they can open it up anywhere. And of course, it's not doing my thing. But what I tell people to do is that to create a video in here, all you need to do is record yourself in here. So that would be, you go to uploads. I know it's really weird, but you go to uploads, and there's a button here. Does everyone know about this button? Record yourself?
No.
Okay. So you can create anything with an embedded video. So go to uploads, record yourself, and it only gives you one thing. It's just record a talking head. I don't know if it's gonna.
No, I think we lost you. Your screen is black and you're gone from your little icon. I don't know if you can hear me.
She's gone.
Canva
I'm
took
gonna
her.
try to. Can you see me now?
Vaporized.
Oh.
Oh, there you
Oh,
are.
there you are. You're back, but your
Okay,
screen
so-
is not. Oh,
Okay, I'm gonna do this
okay.
aloud. It won't let me do it because it's using my camera, but share
Oh.
window. So, okay. So this is really simple actually though. Just some things I'm working on. Okay. Okay, there we go. So if you want to record yourself, this is what I tell all my agents to do and make their presentations or listing presentation, that they go to the upload button, click record yourself, and then what you do is it's going to have it turns into a studio, and it gives you a round circle on the screen, and you're going to walk the person through the slides. And to get to it'll record, then you press the next slide, it still records. It records continuously, and it breaks up the video automatically into each slide. So you can walk them through your presentation. So like if you're making a course, you're making a training video, you do that, and that way you can be on screen walking them through the slide. And then that becomes a URL, which is like a website, and you send that video to to the person, your potential client, or if you're training someone, to that person, and then you're walking them through the video. And that's how you use that. That's an amazing tool.
I want to create some courses, and that's a tool to use. Instead of, there's another one, another platform, but it's like, well, why use that when you've got everything right here? Okay.
And if you didn't
Yeah,
want to record it yourself, you could actually use an app, and you can have a robot doing it. I call it a robot, but it's an AI image of a male or a female, or you could even pick the race and all that stuff. And you can also pick the accent. If you want it to be British, if you want it to be Irish, if you wanted to speak French, it'll speak in French. It speaks all languages. So you would upload your script and it's very simple. They give you, you could just cut and paste your script in, and then the AI will translate it into that language. And so this presentation can be done in any language. So if you have a Spanish speaking client, and you want to send them a presentation, you can do so using the AI elements in here. And then under apps, where's the apps? right there, and you can have it in Spanish. It'll walk them through the presentation in Spanish.
Can you go back to the very first page of the presentation?
Sure.
So what I was thinking was, the image of yourself on the cell phone, and then have that image start to talk, like to introduce the listing presentation would be cool, right? And then start your circle with your face on the next screen. That way, kind of like that slide comes alive.
Yeah. I don't know how to do that.
Well, let me share my screen. Well, because I think
you embed a video there.
Yeah, you can put anything you want there. Yeah.
So if you embedded a video right there,
yeah, you can embed a video there.
Yeah.
Or you can do
AI. You can do that.
I know a couple people saw what I created earlier before we started, but let me share what that video I created real quick.
Sure.
Let me see if I can override your share.
There you go.
Okay, you see my screen? Yeah, so this is I made this in a matter of just a couple minutes before we got started. So
looks like you dumped me and then went running through the forest.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I did tell it to, take the suit off, to take Valerie out of the image, because it was the only image I could find real quick and upload. So I did a prompt. I said, take me and eliminate Valerie and take the suit off and have me chasing squirrels, right? Because I wanted to use it as part of, my incorporate it into my teachings and stuff.
Yeah.
On what we do, we tend to chase squirrels so much. So I thought that would be something funny, right? That helped to break up a class, and so it didn't take much to direct it to do that. So if you were to do something along that line, I'm sure you can have it where you're speaking and just give it a very brief script. Now, this is only created like an 8-second video, but you don't need much more than that for that. Just kind of like, hey, welcome to my listing presentation. Enjoy, or something like that. And it's just like, it's cool when something like that comes to life.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Canva has the ability, because you have to remember it would have to capture your voice and then replicate your voice, and you'd have to upload the script, right? Or write the script. So that's a lot to ask of Canva. You probably could buy obviously you can buy a program. There's something called my AI Twin, which is a company that does that. So you can purchase that, but I don't know if Canva is giving that for its $9.99. Yeah, you can make an AI husband. I am so flipped out about it, because it's like people who are like, you can have an AI boyfriend. A lot of kids in high school these days have AI boyfriends and girlfriends. And, if your ex that's hung up on you, he can take your image and now have you say anything, because this is scary technology, and it's going to be already used it's already being used in a bad way. So I'm not a fan of getting on that bandwagon. So it's just me. Anybody who's really into technology, like I have web designer friends, all of them stay away from that stuff, because it's just you giving away your image and your privacy. So they're the biggest fanatics is people who are in this industry, technology. They're not so readily to hand over their image. So
yeah, and authenticity, nothing beats authenticity. So, and you can't get that with AI, really.
Yeah, people know, and even if they couldn't know, like they're saying about a year from now or 2 years from now, but my campaign is to keep real estate real, make real estate real again. So I try to stay away from the technology and be more authentic. Like I said, we created a video company specifically for that reason, is because we know you could do the AI twin. I know that's a company right now. You go out there and do that. But it's not genuine. So just keeping it real is going to be, so for some people, they value that.
Yeah. Very cool. We've gone past the top of the hour. Any other last minute questions or comments? I know Dagmara had commented in the chat before she had to get off. She said she had to cut out early, but this was helpful. Thanks. So that's cool. And look, we got to continue to bring value to you and have you stay on top of your game and with all these different apps and options coming your way. I mean, it's moving faster than the speed of light these days. So keeping up is a real challenge. And Cindy's asking, can you explain the longevity of a QR code
Okay,
or
so
describe the longevity?
Sure. So a QR code is all it is a computer's way of being able to read a URL. So as long as a URL still exists, then the QR code works. Mm-hmm.
And depending on where you make that
Thank
QR
you.
code, you can change the URL that it's directed to, which is kind of cool too. Yeah,
No.
I know. I create URL codes in Go High Level, and I can change the direction, point it to a different thing because I guess it goes. Somebody takes the image and it's syncing to Go High Level, and Go High Level tells it where to. Yeah, because I've done that before. So
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make a whole rabbit hole.
No,
yeah,
that's
no.
okay. So I mean, if there's a platform that a redirect has to happen at the platform, not on the
Yeah.
QR code, but the QR code is literally like the computer language of the URL. So if the URL changes, it is that then that QR code is not going to work. It's only if that URL that was created the QR code has what's called a redirect, and that the coder would have to redirect it. But it's just very simple. What a QR code is, it's just a simple way of taking you to a URL that exists. So, but on the programmer side, so he may be using a platform that redirects it, but it's not happening at the URL level. It's not
Right,
happening
okay,
it's not
yeah.
happening at the QR level. So just remember, like if you make a business card and I like I do, and I have my QR code in the back, and I like this one has some random person's QR, and they go and they change their website, this is not going to work anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, because this is just a URL. That's all it is. It's a website. So don't go print up a whole bunch of business cards and then say, oh, I just changed companies. Now I have a new website. That QR code cannot be redirected, especially if you don't own the domain. If you own the domain, that's a different story. But if you don't own the domain, then no.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Well, all right,
Yeah.
guys. Well,
Great stuff.
Yvonne, thank you so much for taking your time out of your day and coming
You're
here and give us
welcome.
some direction on Canva. That was really awesome. I got some good tips out of it. And I'm going to go ahead and modify my squirrel video because I think that actually came out. That was pretty funny. So, although maybe I won't modify it. I don't know.
Yeah, it was good.
So, like,
It was good.
so, but yeah, thank you so much for this. It's great. There's so much to learn in Canva, but I mean, it's capable of doing so much, and that is one of the best tools that we could be using as realtors.
Absolutely. It's awesome. You can make videos on that. I mean, I make a lot of videos on it as well. So you can make TikToks, you can make Instagram
Yeah.
reels and all that. It's just incredible. Everything all in one place.
Yeah, yeah, and you can import a video and edit it in there as well. So that's kind of cool too. You don't need another video editor. So the idea is like use one platform and eliminate all the extra apps and stuff. All right, because if those of us with ADD really bad, it's kind of like we want to minimize, we want to condense everything in order to stay consistent and keep things simplified.
Yeah, if you I was using CapCut just to put in captions. You don't need that at all. Canva has one button that you press and it adds captions to every video, and it's amazing. So
Yeah.
you don't need to have CapCut for that. You just do it with and I always said once they got captioning, that they would rule the world, and sure enough,
Yeah.
they do. They rule the world right now.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. Well, thanks guys for being on. I
Thank you.
appreciate everybody showing up,
Thank you.
and look forward to seeing you all next week. And Brian, I'll hang on for a minute. I know we wanted to talk. So, and Elliot, good to see you. I appreciate you being here as well. I didn't get to say hello earlier. And we got I sent you a calendar request for tomorrow. So, all right. Thanks guys. Appreciate
Thank
y'all.
you.
Thank you.